Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. To be in this moment on VH1, I mean, when it all started, did it feel like you just woke up one day and you had all new brothers and somehow, some way, you're going to have to make this thing work? It had to be surreal to you as well?
Oh my God, it's so surreal. Like that's the most understatement ever. It was the most surreal call I got when I heard that Surreal Life wanted me on the show, and we were about to start filming in 5 weeks. Like I didn't even know. I didn't know they were rebooting it. I didn't know that they were interested in me. It was just one of the things like they want you, and it starts in 5 weeks. So that was crazy. I thought it was pranked. I thought it was, it was probably, I just had such a hard time believing like, wait, you consider me a celebrity and I'm going to be on a celebrity show that with living with 7 other celebrities with no doors. Is it really the same show that I used to run home to watch with Bridget Nielsen and Flava Flav? It's crazy. I mean, I'm still pinching myself.
Because I mean, you being a creative mind as well as a professional wrestler and stuff. Well, what happens is that when the guard is dropped down, you get to see the realness of a Dennis Rodman or a Frankie Muniz or a Stormy Daniels. All of a sudden, it's like you're just a regular person like me.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that's the really exciting part of the show is that you're going to get to know people and see people for who they are. And it was pretty wild for me because they take away our phones before we walk in the house.
Oh, my God.
And so I was already super nervous and anxious. And I was like, they're like, you can't have your phone. I was thinking like, oh, don't have your phone out. So I was thinking I can hide it somewhere. So then when I see these people, and if I don't know someone, I can run to the bathroom secretly and, Google them and find out the tea. So when I walked in, I knew Dennis Rodman and Manny. I was super excited. But then everyone else, I was like, I didn't know. And so I also was like battling my own insecurity of like, Are people going to think I'm dumb? Are people going to think I'm stupid? Are they going to be insulted? I don't want to insult anyone. And, but now I'm so thankful because when we go and we read something, we read a headline like about a Stormy Daniels or an August or, whoever else about a clickbait headline, we can't help but have like a predetermined judgment of people. And so for me, I met these people from them. Like if I would meet them in a bar and didn't know who they were and have a conversation and hear their story and hear their, point of view and like what they've been through in their life. And it's crazy to get that experience. And then later after the show, then I go and read, I'm like, holy crap. And so it's wild, the things that these, like, everyone's been through crazy things. Frankie Muniz, crazy things he's been through. August, like literally insane. I was blown away. August's stories didn't cease to blow my mind away of what he's been through. Wow. And it's like, wow. And so I hope people get, really get a chance to see that and see Stormy as well, just to see people have been through crazy stuff, and we should be all a little bit more compassionate and empathetic to people. Because often when we see people do something, it's the question is really what made them do that.
Right.
And,
right.
Maybe if we were put in that same situation, in that same environment, we would do the same thing. So we should all be a little bit more compassionate and empathetic to each other.
You are so right about that because, I mean, we know the word empathy, we know the word compassion, but we don't activate them. And it's a show like this where it's like, oh, my God, what would I do if I was there? That's what I love about Surreal Life on VH1 is that it really does bring in the viewer because it grabs our emotions.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with you. That's what I loved about the show as well and loved about Surreal Life. And I think it's going to be really exciting to see the re-imaging of it, the reboot of it after 15 years. So many of us are fans and it's exciting to see it in its 2022 version. And, it's very experimental, that's for sure. And putting all of us in from all different walks of life in this crazy scenario where we didn't know. Like the difference between this and any I mean, at least doc style reality TV with Total Divas, we kind of would know what was going to happen. Well, Surreal Life, you literally have no idea. No idea. And so I just thought we were constantly getting pranked. I mean, there was just insane things constantly happening. Insane. And even from the first hour that we get in the house, I can't wait for you guys to watch. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I was convinced that production was against us, but really it was just it wasn't production against us. It was just like these crazy things happening because we're in Mexico City, and it was wild.
To have those cameras around you.
The first 2 hours.
To have those cameras around you at all times, I mean, that had to have been mind-blowing, because I know what it's like to be on the air and to be, to do interviews for 4 and 5 hours. Once I take off those earphones, it's like, I mean, for you guys, you're constantly on those cameras, are you not?
Oh, for sure. And I think that's part of putting us in extreme situations, because pretty much putting anyone in a situation where 24/7 the cameras are rolling in literally every room. Every room, there's mics. I mean, there's mics in the bathroom. There's cameras. There's everywhere. And so, it's never off. And so that one brings a different type of energy out of you. Like you said, you always have to be on. And also, it's the experimental part that becomes so much more extreme, because I think you get more tired even in some ways, and where do you turn to just have a moment? There's no place to turn. You're always being filmed. You're always mic'd all the time. And so, it's really wild. I can't wait to watch it live with you guys for the first time. I mean, yeah.
Is there anything like PTSD?
Slightly anxiety.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I mean, I'm sitting here listening to you, and I'm going, what would I do? What would I do if they were always watching? I know what sounds I make when I'm in the bathroom. Wow, they're going to be listening. What's going on here? When do you have real private downtime?
Well, you definitely don't have private downtime at all. And that was definitely the challenge for sure. I think for myself and many other people, there's just no downtime. You're always on, and it's crazy. It's going to be interesting watching what makes the show, because we're there for 15 days, and every room has cameras and mics. And so, what is it going to be that makes the show? It's going to be fascinating for myself to see as well. But you can subscribe to cjperry.com to hear me talk about my experience on the show, and also maybe things that didn't make the show, and also my reaction to watching the show live with you guys.
I'm glad you brought up the things. I'm glad you brought up the things that didn't make the show, because I would like to one day see the outtakes. But then, I mean, or do I?
Yeah. Yes, I know. It's crazy. It should be. Hopefully, that will be on VH1 Plus.
Yeah, there you go. Well, congratulations for doing this. I believe in my heart that everybody who was on this reboot, from Dennis Rodman to yourself to Frankie and stuff like that, even August. I mean, I'll bet you're all different people because of these 15 days.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's like it was definitely became like family, and it reminded me a lot of WWE. Some people, get on it's like family. People, when you're around your family 24/7, you love them, but they also might get on your nerves. They actually might drive you crazy. You might get in a fight with them. But I have love for everyone on that show. And just like I have love for everyone in WWE, even the people that drove me crazy, you kind of miss it. And it's funny because right when I got home after the two weeks, well, I was gone for 3, and when I got back, I was like, oh, this is so crazy. I miss my dysfunctional family. It's crazy how you bond over things, and I think we went through a lot of different things in there. There was definitely some emotional experiences. I had several panic attacks. A lot of talk about mental health. I mean, Tamar Braxton opening up so much. I'm so proud of her. August being there, the stuff that he has been through in his life is just crazy. And hearing his story it was very fascinating, and I'm proud of everyone.
Absolutely. Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Thank you so much.
Well, you be brilliant today, okay?